I called my sister yesterday. She's in school, and she told me they're about to start exams. And it got me thinking, you remember how exams was very stressful those days? This is the thing I've come to realize. During exams, you would tell who is clever and who is stupid, who was prepared for the exam. Simple things like just outside the exam room. You remember clever kids? We had a kid, he was an Indian, his name was Divesh. Very intelligent guy. We are going for chemistry. Outside the exam room, he's reading literature. The river between, in Guji was Yongo. I come and ask him, like, Divesh, have you finished reading the papers? Like, no, it's not a problem, I'm busy reading. He's like, you're reading what? The periodic table. I said, no, I'm reading the river between in Guji was Yongo. Said, we are going for chemistry in 2 minutes. Said, I know, but I'm preparing for literature next week. He's preparing for literature next week. Yet the stupid one. Stupid students. You are 2 minutes to the exam. A person has 3 textbooks. You always like, there's a table, you are like 10 people around the table. Where is it? Sodium, bring sodium here. If you bring, because now, when you add sodium and hydroxide to get sodium hydroxide, ate gundi, olina potassium, later. Manganese, okay, later gundi. You know everyone who has your notes. But this is the thing I find interesting. Usually at that moment, there's a stupid guy who passes behind and mentions a topic you don't even remember. You remember, you're busy reading, you're like, sodium, you bring sodium hydroxide, gundi, gundi, manganese, later manganese sulfate, it turns a blue precipitate. As you're busy, somebody passes behind, mole concept, you get your book back, bring my exams were hard. There are many stupid people here. This is the best part. Do you remember, even entering the examination room, you would know a clever student. When Divesh was entering the examination room, no matter where he sits, intelligent students, anywhere he sits, there's no problem. Do you know why? My brother, it's because he's going to sit with his brain. If you take him to the window, he's going with his brain to the window. He sits in front, he's sitting with his brain in front. Us, we are the problem. I remember when we were entering and the invigilator says, Divesh, come and enter. Divesh enters. Says, Divesh, go to the corner. As he's going to the corner, the teacher can even change his mind. Says, Divesh, actually, come decide, you sit here. Divesh doesn't come and says, there's no problem. He comes, he sits, because the brain is with him. For me, Hilary, before the exam, you have to make a deal with an intelligent guy. You're like, Muchibo, get that to lava. He's okay, I'm going to study it. Wali kutinisa, nyamba. Section A only. This one for circling only. You agree with Muchibi as you enter, you make sure you're close to him. When you reach the door, the invigilator says, Muchibi, go to the window. When he says Muchibi, you follow and say, Hilary, come back. Said, we're going to the window. You and who? We are going to come. Come. You start giving excuses. Sir, I have asthma. I need to see oxygen. Says, you need oxygen. I need oxygen. If I don't sit there. Teacher says, okay, you go with Muchibi. The moment you go, he says, Muchibi, you come this side. You start coming back. Sir, the asthma is not serious. I can't. It's not raining. I'm fine. Exams. You remember that moment? Madam, you know this moment. You remember that moment? Listen, you remember that moment when you've started answering the questions? And the teacher stands behind you. You're busy answering. And the teacher, there's that moment of tension. Teacher just stands behind you, looking at what you're doing. Clever kids, let me tell you, when the teacher stands behind an intelligence, it's like his moment to show off. Who has said I know? They push the paper there to really show how he's getting the answer. He underlines, looks at the teacher says, He's showing off. Even the comments, you hear the comments that teachers make when they are behind an intelligent child during exams. The student is busy underlining. change here, gets the calculator. Teacher is just behind. The teacher says, yeah, you people have read. You people, you've understood the assignment. Me, every time the teacher stood behind me, first of all, you know what you're writing is not, you cover. The teacher also wants to see you, and I say, teachers are very clever. His eye lands on the answer. You hear the comments. When you're busy, just hear the teacher walking around. You people read number 5 carefully. Read, and your number, you've just underlined the answer. Like, read number 5. Sir, is there a problem? No, continue. You focus. Sir, do I have a problem? Focus, focus. Focus. The answer is not as obvious as you think. But the best moment I used to love during exams before I leave this place is, you know how people would calculate numbers in the air? Madam, you know what I'm talking about. Mathematics. They say calculate the area of a triangle, and you're there, a squared plus b squared. You know, you would calculate in the air. You first read the question, then you look in the air. Clever kids would just pick answers from the air. Just say, okay, so what I do, so s squared plus b squared equals c squared. Then I divide by 2. Even what is whispering makes sense if I divide by 2. Okay. Isosceles triangle, I divide here, get the angle, so this is... Then it's because it's picking answers. It's just intelligence is flowing. When you're stupid, my brother, when you look up, you see the ceiling board, the way it is. Nothing. You're like, a squared, b squared. You reach a moment you start critiquing but these people would have designed the bulb. They would have put the bulb this side. There's nothing. There's one guy I'll never forget. I think he's the stupidest person I've ever sat next to. In senior 4 exams, you name, this brother of mine looked up. He was so stupid, he forgot the subject. You could tell from what he was whispering. We were next to him, he looked up, he was like, so area of a circle, pi squared, if you divide by the Canadian prairies, it causes the Said transferred his capital to Muscat from Zanzibar. If you rewrite beginning with the but the digestive system doesn't start. Yes, because the stomach doesn't. But Napoleon Bonaparte, that was 1770. Oh yes, that is when Jesus turned water into wine, because he forgot by the time he came back down. So when you, area of a circle. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Hilary. Have a good night.